Because HIV is a latent virus, it's after infected the cells, is integrated into the chromosome, become latent. Drug cannot work on the latent virus because drug need viral replication. So to wipe out the virus, we cannot rely only on drugs. We have to combine drugs, vaccines, and maybe immunomodulators. So that's better not got infected. So it's better, we hope, in the not so long future, we can have the vaccine to prevent HIV infection.
Yeah, the situation remains alarming worldwide with some promising progress in some areas, of course, but the COVID-19 pandemic is really complicating the situation of HIV/AIDS. It's making the battle against it even more difficult. Please tell us more about the challenges that we are currently facing in China.
The problem is that formerly, at the first 20 years, HIV transmission in China is mainly through injecting drug users or contaminated blood. So that is blood transmission. So in the last 10 to 15 years, we have a predominant sexual transmission. The sexual transmission changed the landscape, including the people we targeted for prevention. It's not only the drug users or contaminated plasma donors only in millions. The people who has sexual activity are people in hundreds of millions. So that's a huge population. And also we have the blood transmission is mainly rural border region. Now it's everywhere, rural to city and to everywhere. So that's the second difficulty. And the third one is, I think, the most important. We have a very strong government in China, very strong institutions. They can work together on the public space, like the blood, safeguard blood supply, hit on the drug trafficking and drug abuse. But in the sexual activity, our private space, we cannot rely only on government institutions. It's just like our slogan of this year's World AIDS Day. We have to have a shared responsibility. So everybody has to be responsible for his or her own health. So that's we need to combine the society's efforts, like we did for very successfully on control COVID-19. China did the best control very fast, thoroughly narrowed down this virus. For HIV, we should using the experience we gained in SARS control. But in COVID-19 control. So actually, that is the public health prevention first, China's long-term health experience. We did very good in early 60s, 70s to almost eradicate the sexually transmitted disease in China. So we should revitalize all this good spirit and working experience to lead them to control AIDS.
Well, let me also ask you this, Mr. Shao. As we mentioned earlier, about a third of the new infections of HIV are young people belonging to the 15 to 24-year-old group. Why are the young generation particularly susceptible to HIV/AIDS?
Because in the young people, the infection is mainly through the man have sex with man behavior. And these adolescents, they have sexual orientation and sexual education and are not very strong in China. So we try to bypass this sex education in middle school or in juniors in university. It's a kind of a taboo in Chinese culture. But the children actually they are not the children of the several decades ago. Are in a closed society. There's information society, internet everywhere, so they know everything. Yeah. We still pretend that they don't know, don't educate them, and let them grow older and to know by themselves. This is, I think, is a mistake. We have to emphasize on sex education, healthy sexual behavior education, and also the young kids need the education as the protection for their health. Yeah. And also we have to in the behavioral study we know that information doesn't knowledge doesn't automatically translate it into actions or healthy behavior. Sure. There's a lot of behavior research and behavior intervention need to be integrated into the sex education.
All right. Thank you so much for your analysis.